Now that we've got our programming to-do list together, it's time to dive in and work on the first item, adding the Hit Me button. So at long last, it's time to open Xcode and create your first iOS project, and along the way, you'll learn a little bit about SwiftUI and its visual canvas editor. Since SwiftUI creates user interfaces in code, this episode will give you a little preview of what it's like to code in Swift. At this point of the course, you won't be writing code. You'll be looking at the automatically generated code or tweaking it slightly. So you might not understand every single line right away, or what all the strange syntax means, especially if you've never done computer programming or Swift development before. That's okay. All that's important at this stage of the course is that you get the general idea of what's going on. As you proceed through this course, you'll go over these concepts again and again until they solidify in your mind. It's all about learning via repetition. All right, let's begin our journey to create Bullseye. The first thing you need to do is make sure you have the proper version of Xcode installed. Now remember, SwiftUI requires Xcode 11 or later, so you got to make sure you're running that. I'm actually running a beta version of Xcode, Xcode 11 Beta 6, but by the time you watch this course, you're probably going to be running a later version of Xcode, and that's totally fine. The idea is he will work exactly the same. If you do not see this window, you can make it appear by going to Window and select Welcome to Xcode. Once you see this, go ahead and click the option to create a new Xcode project, and a window will appear to ask you to select a template for the project. A template you can think of as just some basic starter code for the project, and one of the simplest ways to get started is the iOS single view app template. You can think of this as the beginner or basic template for your app. It only has a few tiny little files to help you get started. So we're going to select that and click Next. And the first thing you have to do is to give your app a product name, and we're going to call ours Bullseye. So all one word, Bullseye. The next option here is to select your team. You can just keep whatever the default setting is here. You'll learn more about that later. And the organization name, you can put your name or your company name. And for the organization identifier, you just need something unique. So it's usually best practice to put com.yourcompany name or com.yourname, something that you know somebody else will not put. Then for the language, you want to make sure that's Swift. And for the user interface, you want to make sure that is SwiftUI. And for all the checkboxes down here, you want to make sure they're unchecked for this particular course. And go ahead and click Next. Next, it'll ask you where you want to save it. I'm just going to choose my desktop here. There's also a checkbox down there to ask if you want to create a Git repository for source control. We're not going to be doing that with this course, so I'm just going to leave that unchecked. And finally, you click Create. All right, let me resize my window here to get maximum size. Okay, so this is Xcode. Let's review every part of the window so you're familiar with what's going on here. So over on the left, these are your navigators. This lets you navigate through various aspects of your project. And the one we're going to be working with in this course is just this first tab here, which is the Project Navigator. This lets you see all of the files in your project. The one we're going to be working with most of the time in Bullseye is contentview.swift, and that's actually what's loaded by default. Now, if you don't need the navigators, you want to get rid of them, you can tap this button here to show or hide the navigators. We'll get to the middle in a second. Over on the right-hand side is your inspectors. You may be familiar with inspectors in other Mac apps, but basically it lets you change different properties depending on what you currently have selected. So we have contentview.swift selected, so we have different properties of contentview.swift right here. If I change it to scene delegate, I see scene delegate.swift. We're not going to be really using the inspectors for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and hide those. And you know what? I might as well hide the navigator over here. So the main area where you'll be working with in Xcode is the code editor. And this is kind of a special case because this is some code that relates to SwiftUI. And SwiftUI has this really cool feature where it can automatically give you a preview of your SwiftUI views over on the right-hand side. Now, by default, this is actually paused. So you'll see this little message here that says automatic preview updating paused. Go ahead and click resume, and this is going to give us a preview of what our user interface looks like that's live. So we can actually change things over here and the code will be reflected, or we can change the code and the preview will be reflected. This is really handy as you're actually developing your apps. So we see here the template we started with has just created us a very simple bare bones view that just says hello world. Let's take a look at what the code looks like over here. Now, I don't expect you to understand all of this right away, but I do want to give you just a taste or an idea of what's inside here. So the first line here says import SwiftUI. That means, hey, we're going to be using SwiftUI in this project. This next line here, you'll learn more in detail what this all means, but basically saying we're creating a view and it's going to be named content view. And this next line is saying the body of this view is going to be everything inside these curly braces. Okay? And then the final bit here says the thing we are displaying as the body of the view is just a text label that says hello world. So right now we are just previewing it in this live preview. You might also want to see how it works in an interactive simulator. You can do that by using this menu bar up here. You select the area that says bullseye, and if you expand over here, it shows you the different either simulators or live devices you can test your app on. Now, usually while you're developing, you're going to want to test on a simulator, and then later on, you might want to test on a real device as well. So we're going to select the iOS simulators, the iPhone XR, and go ahead and click the play button. And we can see that our app is running here in the interactive simulator. Great. Let's switch back to Xcode. Now let's say we wanted to change the text here from saying hello world to saying welcome to my first app. There's a couple different ways you can do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the canvas. Now, whenever you build and run the app, by default, it pauses the automatic previewing. So whenever that happens, just resume it once again. All right, so our preview is back up. Now, if you hold down Command and click on Hello World, you will see a pop-up appear with various options here. The one you want to select is called Show SwiftUI Inspector. This brings up a little pop-up inspector that lets you change various elements of this text label. So we're going to change it to say, welcome to my first app. And I don't know why this looks like this. Sometimes it's just a bug. If that happens, just click away to make it go away and you can load it up again. But you can see here that we see welcome to my first app in the preview. And actually over here on the code, it's also changed it to say welcome to my first app. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we can change. Command click, go to Show SwiftUI Inspector, and this time try changing the weight from inherited to semi-bold. And you can see that the text here is a little bit bolder. And now one more time, we'll load up the SwiftUI Inspector and we'll change the color from inherited to green. And now we have some green text. And looking over the code again, you can see that it has added some more code to us. This line is the one that sets the font weight to semi-bold, and this line is the one that sets the foreground color to green. So we could have written the code over here to do this, but we just used the SwiftUI canvas because it was a little convenient, especially since we're just learning. You can also add new elements to your app using the canvas editor. If I click the plus button here, this shows all the different types of views that I can add to this app. So we have vertical stacks, horizontal stacks, lists, text, buttons, toggles, and so on. For right now, let's just try adding a button. So I can click the button over here and I can drag it from the library over here to the app. And you can see there's a little blue bar that gives me a clue of where it's going to insert it. And at the bottom, you might be able to see that there's a little hint as to how it's going to add the button. You'll learn more about how that works later, but for now, we just know that we want to have the button below the text. So drag it below there and release. And now we have a button in our app. And just like you change the text of the text label, you can also change the text on the button by command clicking, Show SwiftUI Inspector, and we're going to change the text here to say, hit me, because that's what we want the button to say in Bullseye. All right, now let's try this in the simulator one more time. Just click the play button again. And there we have it. We have an app that says, welcome to my first app, and a button that says, hit me. We can actually tap the button in the simulator and it highlights as it would if you tap a button. Nothing actually happens, and that's something you'll take care of in the next few episodes. If you got stuck, I've placed a download of the project up to this point in the course materials. You can also check out the next episode, which goes into more detail about how some of the code in this project actually works. Otherwise, congratulations. We've already crossed off the first item from our to-do list, adding the hit me button to the game. I understand that at this stage, the SwiftUI code you saw in the code editor may have been mostly gibberish to you, but that's okay. We take it one small step at a time, and later on in this course and in this learning path, we'll break it all down for you in great detail. Remember, it's all about learning via repetition.